Hello? Hey guys. Hello guys and welcome to today's session. How are you guys doing? Hello everyone?
Fine.
Good. Hey Farah, how are you? Hey Noor. Hey Adam, good morning. Okay, today I want to go over with you guys quickly what we have been doing in class, okay? And I wanted to go over with you. I'm going to start with grammar. Okay, the first thing that we discussed in grammar, as you guys see here, I'm sharing the screen with you. In grammar, we're working on grammar chapter 10. Okay, as you guys could see here, we're working on grammar chapter 10. The first thing that we need to understand about chapter 10 is that we are discussing pronouns, okay, and how to use them correctly, and which form or which case of the pronoun is to be used depending on the sentence usage, okay? So, this is the first thing that we need to focus on regarding pronouns, okay? And first, initially, we started off by introducing the case, and I discussed with you guys that the case of a pronoun comes in three forms. Can someone remind me, Adam? Can you tell me what are the three cases of the pronoun? The pronoun comes in which three cases? Adam? Anyone here is available to tell me? Farah, can you remind us of the three cases for the pronoun? Okay, I cannot hear you guys. Can you guys hear me? May you please unmute yourselves? Adam, can you please unmute yourself and remind me what are the three cases for a pronoun? Okay, I will remind you guys that three cases for the pronoun are the following. Okay, the first case here we know is called the nominative case. All right, then the second case we are discussing today in class is the objective case. And the third type is the possessive case. All right, these three cases are the ones that we are going to be working with. The nominative case includes the following pronouns: I, he, she, it, they, we. Okay, this is how we refer to ourselves in the in the nominative case: I, he, she, it, they, and we. All right, this is the nominative case pronouns. Objective case pronouns: the I would be me, he would be him, she would be her, it stays the same, them, and us. Okay, possessive is when you show ownership. Okay, my or mine would be the case. His, her. We also have hers. Okay, it's without an apostrophe. Their, we could also have theirs. And also instead of for, we would say our, or we would say ours. All right, these are my three cases for the pronoun. The first thing that we discussed yesterday is the nominative case. We discussed it yesterday according to the weekly plan. In the nominative case, okay. In the nominative case, we have to use the following pronouns highlighted. Okay, we use I, she, he, it, I, he, she, it, they, and we in discussing the nominative case. What is the nominative case? The nominative case follows under or flows under the two ideas of the first one is when you have the pronoun used as a predicate nominative. Okay, if you have a predicate nominative used as a pronoun, you need to use the nominative case, which is I, she, it, and they and we need to understand that the nominative case pronouns are always or a predicate nominative is always followed a linking verb. Okay, so make sure that you are always looking for a linking verb to follow a pronoun in the nominative case. Like for example, if I want to say something like the winner, okay, was, and I have to choose between two pronouns, like for example him or he. Okay. If you look at the sentence, winner is the subject, was is a linking verb. Okay, you're describing the winner as who? Of course, you're going to say he. He would be the correct choice because following a linking verb, which is was, okay, you need to choose the pronoun in the nominative case. Okay, so this would be the pronoun he. Okay. Also, the second example that the nominative case is used in when your pronoun is a subject. Okay, if your pronoun is a predicate nominative, use the nominative case. If your pronoun is a subject to a verb, you also need to use the nominative case. Like for example, if I say her or she went to school on time. Of course, we need to use the pronoun she, okay? Because again, this is the subject of the sentence. So when your pronoun is a subject to a sentence, okay, you need to use the nominative case. And if it's a predicate nominative, you need to use the nominative case. Okay. We answered exercises in our book. Okay. And we also had homework in our workbook. Okay, so please get that done and please send them. Okay, if you guys open up your workbook with me, okay, please open up your workbook with me. If you do so, you will open up your book to page 165, and you will see that this entire page is dedicated to answering questions regarding to the nominative case pronouns. Okay, so here, if you may, if you have this workbook open, we can answer a few of them together to make sure that you understand the concept. Would you guys like to do that? Adam and Farah? Adam and Farah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
Okay, so can you please guys open your workbooks to page 165? Would you like me to answer to answer this page with you to see if that you understand?
Okay.
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 So now you have your book open to page 165. Okay, so it's the workbook, page 165. This was homework. Okay, for the nominative case, the students did it, and we went over it also in class together. So let me go over it with you guys. So number one, we or us play chess every afternoon. Adam, what would you choose for number one? We or us play chess every afternoon. What would you say? Adam, do you have your book with you?
I'm bringing it, yes, 1 minute.
Okay. Farah, do you have your book available?
Yes, miss.
Okay, number one, Farah, would you say we or us play chess every afternoon?
We play chess every afternoon.
Good. So we would choose we. Why, Farah? Why did you choose we? Because it's the
Uh,
subject, right?
yes.
The subject of the sentence here, who plays chess? We play chess.
Uh,
So again, good. So if we have the subject to the verb, it needs to be we. Okay, we is the subject to the verb. Okay. Number two. Number two. Adam, do you have your book now?
Yes.
Okay, so number two says everyone could see it was he or it was him. What would you say?
He.
He,
he,
good. He, because you have a predicate nominative. Okay, you guys see this was? Was is a linking verb. Okay, so you need to use the pronoun as a predicate nominative. All right, it was who, it was he. Okay, was is a linking verb, therefore we use the pronoun he. Okay, he. Good job, ya Adam. Number three, Farah. The French government and we or us have a good relationship. What would you say?
We.
We. Good job, because again, it's the subject. Okay, we here is the subject. Who has a good relationship? The French government and we. Here we have what we call a compound subject. That means we have more than one subject joined together by and. If it's a subject, even if it's a compound subject, we still need to use the pronoun in the nominative case. Okay. Number five, Adam. On our team, the high scorers were he, him, and I. If you, what would
he,
you, he? Good job. Okay. Again, here, he here, the word he in this sentence, Adam. Do you think it's a subject or is it a predicate nominative? What would you think? What do you say?
nominative,
Good. It's a predicate nominative because it comes after the pronoun or sorry, it comes after the linking verb were. Good job, Adam. Hala, welcome to our session. We went over the nominative case, ya Hala. All right, this is chapter 10 grammar. The nominative case today we finished the nominative case in class, and today we're going to be working on the objective case. Okay, the nominative case pronouns are listed in front of you. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, I just had to answer the phone. So back again here, يا حلا, the nominative case pronouns are to be used. Make sure that when you use them, you're using them when you have a predicate nominative. And a predicate nominative is a word or a pronoun that's used after a linking verb. Okay, like for example, the winner was he. Okay, he was here is a linking verb, so we must use the pronoun he. Okay, you also need to use the pronouns in the nominative case. Okay, those highlighted. If your pronoun is subject to a sentence. Okay, here we have her or she went to school on time. Now, the subject of the sentence is she or her. Of course, you have to use she because as the subject of the sentence or the subject of the verb went, who went to school? It's she. Okay, so you need to use the nominative case for subjects. Okay, we're working now on page 165, ya Hala. Um, in the workbook, if you want, and if you may, please open up your book and follow with us. Okay, we are now on we're page 5, and Adam, number 5, sorry, we're on page 165. Adam answered number 5 with us. Okay, so 1 was we, number 2 he. Okay, and number 3 was you guys said, of course, they. And here we have number 4 is we, number 5 is he. Number 6, Farah, please. The only people to understand the poem were they or them.
Them.
Okay, you have a predicate nominative, remember?
Sorry, they.
They. Good job. Okay. Remember, this is a predicate nominative, ya Farah, because it comes after the helping verb were. I mean, sorry, the linking verb were. Okay. So whenever you have a pronoun coming after a linking verb, you must use the nominative case. Okay. Were is your linking verb. Were they? Were they? Okay. Good. Okay. Next one, number seven. Let's hear from Hala. Hala, do you have your book open to page 165? You can answer number seven for us. Hala.
I'm still opening the page.
Okay, so I'll go to Adam until you're ready. Adam, the police officer, and we or us were the ones who saw the UFO.
We.
We. Good job.
We.
We, because it's a subject or a predicate nominative. What do you think?
Subject.
Good job, yeah, Adam. Thank you. Eight. Hala, are you ready?
Yes.
Stephanie and he or Stephanie and him thought the joke was hilarious.
Stephanie and he.
Good, because it's a. Is it a subject or is it a predicate nominative? What do you think?
Predicate nominative.
Really? Are you sure?
No.
Who thought the
Sub.
joke was hilarious?
Stephanie and he.
So they're the subjects, okay? So here you're using
Awesome.
a predicate nominative because you have subjects to the verb, okay? The verb is thought. Who thought? It is Stephanie and he. So you have a compound subject. Stephanie is a noun, and your pronoun here, he, has to be in the nominative case, okay? Thanks, ya Hala. Farah, either Tony or she or her will pick you up after the show. What would you say, ya Farah?
She,
Thank you, ya Farah. Perfect. Is it a subject or is it a predicate nominative?
a subject because Tony or she,
It's a compound subject. Thank you, Faruha. Bravo. Number 10, let's go with Adam. Wasn't it he or him who reported the missing bicycle?
He.
He, again, because it's the subject. He is the one that reported the missing. Actually, here it's a predicate nominative. Sorry, because if you look at the sentence, it wasn't he who reported the missing bicycle. Turn it into a statement and turn it, if you put it correctly in order, you would say it wasn't he. So it is the subject, was is the linking verb, and he is the predicate nominative. Okay. Thanks, you, Adam. If we look here from 11 to 15, they have pronouns underlined and they want you to see if it's correct. You are going to say correct or write C above the pronoun. And if it's incorrect, you need to make the correct, editing. Okay, grandma and me went to class to learn about computers. Hala, is me the correct pronoun to be used here?
No.
No, because me is objective. Okay, we do not need to use the objective case in this sentence because we have subjects. Okay, we have subjects to the verb went. Who went to class to learn about computers? Grandma and me. Okay, what should we replace me with, Yahala?
I.
I, bravo. Okay, it should be grandma and I because again here, we are not. We have to use the nominative case of the pronoun, which is I, which is I. Good job. Okay. Thanks, Hala. Number 12, Farah. After the replay, the referee said the winners were us.
as
Say that again.
as
Them. Remember, them is an objective pronoun. We need to use something in the nominative case because were is a linking verb. Okay, the referee said the winners were.
where they
You
uh,
have to. What do we say instead of us? Us
we
is the objective case. The winners were
we
we. Bravo, ya Farah. Okay. Remember, guys, when you're substituting or when you're making corrections, you need to use the pronoun that's also in the same case. Okay. Instead of us, I can't say, for example, he. No, it has to be the equivalent. Okay. So instead of us, we're going to use we. Okay. 1 second. All right, guys. So, returning here to number 13, Adam, the photographers should have been them. Is them correct?
They.
They. Bravo, Adam. Number 14, and remember, guys, should have been. Should have been. All the three verbs are linking verbs. Okay. Number 14, let's go with Hala. The first to perform are we.
Us.
Oh, you have a linking verb, which is are. Okay, the first to perform are. You need to use the nominative case. So is we wrong or is we correct?
Oh, it's correct.
It's correct. Okay, remember us is an objective case. Guys, you need to really work on getting yourself familiar with which pronouns are objective and which pronouns are nominative. Okay, they're very easy. This is something that you guys probably were introduced to since you guys were, kids. Okay, but the only difference here is the terminology. Okay, now were you calling them nominative case pronouns and objective case pronouns? You probably heard it before. Okay, so please get familiar with which ones, and then we're gonna get familiar with when to use each. So the nominative case pronouns, we need to remember them, and then we're going to learn that we use the nominative case pronouns after a linking verb when it's a predicate nominative or as a subject to a verb. Okay, that's number 14. Number 15, let's hear from Farah. The most valuable player might have been her. Is her correct, ya Farah?
Yes.
Okay.
No, she.
No, it's not because her is an objective case pronoun, and objective case pronouns are not to be used after a linking verb. What is your linking verb here? Might have been. Okay, so after a linking verb, you have a predicate nominative. So you cannot use a predicate nominative with an objective pronoun. What is the subjective form or what is the nominative case form of the pronoun her? Can someone help Farah?
She.
She. Thanks, yeah, Adam. Okay, so in number 15, you need to cross out her and substitute it with she. Okay, might have been she. All right. Any questions about the nominative case pronoun? Today I'm going to discuss in class the objective case, and I'm going to upload a video, guys, for you guys to learn it. Okay, with us. And today also we're going to discuss a new writing assignment that the class will be working on, which is a personal response to poetry. Okay, and basically a personal response to poetry. I'm gonna go over it with you. And in class today, I'm going to teach them how to construct it. Okay, let me share with you. All right, when you write a personal response to poetry, it's basically analyzing a poem. We analyzed the poem together on Thursday during our online session, and we analyzed the poem of The Willow and the Ginkgo, if you guys remember, by Eve Merriam. And we discussed it in class, and I took notes for you. I wrote notes in a document, and I hope that you guys were also concentrating with me. Okay, in this poem, Eve Merriam focuses on basically comparing between two different kinds of trees. All right, and those trees were the willow and the ginkgo. Okay, and she compares them in different stanzas. Okay, and these different stanzas that she uses, she's always making the comparison of the willow first and then referring to the ginkgo. Okay, in this poem, it's a deeper meaning. She delivers a theme or a message that she delivers to us at the end of the poem. And this theme or this overall message that she gives us is basically telling us that she values strength more than beauty. Okay, she values character and inner strength more than physical or appearance or outer beauty. She describes the willow and Mary in many stanzas, and each stanza refers to a sense of imagery. Okay, so we know that she uses imagery and she uses a lot of vivid language to help us almost paint the picture or to visualize. Remember, to visualize is to basically imagine what she's saying, or like painting a mental image in your mind. Okay, We analyzed the poem together. Do you guys have any questions about the poem that you want me to answer for you now?
No, thank
No.
Okay, all right. So if that's understood from this Thursday session, today you guys are going to be working on writing a response to poetry. Okay, a personal response to poetry is basically you are analyzing the poem and telling us what you understood from it. How does Eve Mariam deliver her message? Okay, and what techniques does Eve Mariam also use? All right. The first thing we need to know that you in a person the purpose of this essay is basically, besides analyzing the poem, you are showing me, because I'm going to be the reader, or the reader of your essay, is that you understand the poem. Okay. Your essay is going to be again divided into 5 paragraphs. We know that the first paragraph is always the introduction. Okay, your body is paragraph 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and I'm going to tell you how to break down, or I'm going to guide you into breaking down your essay into 5 different paragraphs. Your second, third, and fourth paragraphs are going to be dedicated to basically discussing the different techniques and the theme that the poet uses and delivers. Okay, what does Eve Mariam use? Okay, each paragraph needs to be focused on a different technique, and also one paragraph is going to be dedicated entirely for the theme. Okay, because the last stanza, which is made up of 2 lines, the one that was italicized at the end is the one that delivered the final message or the theme of the poem. Okay, the fifth paragraph is going to be including your personal thoughts and your feelings about the poem. Okay, did you enjoy it? What did you like most about the poem? What did you like least? Okay, would you recommend it for future 8th graders to read in class? Did you find it enjoyable? Okay, what could you do differently if you were Eve Mariam or in her place? How would you write this or construct this poem any differently? Okay, all these are things that you can mention in your personal thoughts at the end or in the final paragraph of the essay. Okay, now that being said and done, all right, the first paragraph, I'm going to work on it today in class. I need the class to deliver a first paragraph today. Okay, so the first paragraph is going to be due today. So I need you guys to work on that today. We're going to make sure that when you write the first paragraph, you are writing basically your introduction paragraph needs to include, okay, the title of the poem. And make sure that whenever you introduce the title of the poem, you need to put it or in quotes. Okay, so in The Willow and the Ginkgo by Eve Mariam. You need to mention the name of the poet. Okay, so the first thing that we do is mention the name of the poet. Your first sentence should mention the title of the poem, and the title of the poem needs to be placed in quotes. Okay, and make sure that you capitalize it correctly. Okay, the word "and" is a conjunction, and conjunctions are not capitalized, so be careful of that. Okay, and of course, your proper nouns need to be always capital by Eve Mariam. In the first paragraph, you're going to describe briefly the poem's background, okay? And describe the purpose or the motive behind Eve Mariam writing this poem. What was her motive, or what was the poet's purpose? Okay, why did she write this poem? Then you're going to summarize the poem in 3 to 4 into 3 in 3 sentences or less. Okay, 3 sentences is actually the best length for your summary. Okay, remember this is also going to be typed. Your first paragraph, as a rough draft, you could handwrite it in a notebook. But make sure that you know that we are going to type them later on, because they have to be handed in and submitted through MLA style or MLA format. Okay, so as a rough draft for beginning, you can you can write it in a notebook or on a piece of paper and submit it to me to revise and to look at. Your final statement in this paragraph should be a thesis statement. And remember, your thesis statement is going to basically briefly discuss what you're going to touch base on, or what you're going to discuss in your body. So you need to brainstorm, and this is what we're going to do in class today. You're going to brainstorm the different techniques used. Remember, your second, third, and fourth each is going to be dedicated to a different technique. Eve Mariam uses plenty of techniques in this essay, in this poem. All right, she uses simile, she uses personification, she uses imagery, she uses vivid language. All right. So out of all these techniques, you need to dedicate second paragraph to a technique, third paragraph to a technique. In each paragraph, you're going to discuss how Eve Mariam uses this technique in her essay by giving examples, and in her poem, sorry, by providing examples, and also you're going to discuss how each technique helps her reach her point or make a point. Okay. In the second and third, you're going to discuss in each one a technique. In the fourth paragraph, you're going to focus on the theme. Okay, the theme of the poem is very, very important because it is the message or the final message that she delivers. Okay, so you need to also mention that in the fourth paragraph. So in your thesis statements, you're going to mention the three things that you're going to discuss in your body. Remember, you're not going to discuss them in the thesis statements. You're just going to briefly mention them. Okay. In your thesis statement, you can say something along the lines of, Eve Miriam uses an extended simile, imagery, and she delivers a valid theme in the willow and the ginkgo. So here in your thesis statement, what have you mentioned? You have mentioned the two techniques that you're going to be discussing, which is imagery and, for example, simile. And you also mentioned that you're going to be discussing the theme. Okay, so the thesis statements is very important. Make sure that you have that. I'm going to be looking for all the bullet points. All these bulleted points need to be in your first paragraph. This is the only way that you'll get credit for it. If any of these bulleted points are missing, you're going to be losing points. Okay, so please focus on this slide. I'm going to post this PowerPoint presentation, okay, to help you as a guide. Okay, so please today work on your first paragraph and submit it to me, and please show it to me so I can look at it and give you feedback for it. Okay, so today we discussed the personal response and the nominative case. We revised it. Inshallah, meet you guys again on tomorrow. We all meet. By the way, we all meet together tomorrow. So please attend tomorrow's session with the class for our online session tomorrow to be on point. Any questions about anything that we discussed today? Any questions about this personal response in the first paragraph?
No, miss. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. Jana, any Farah, Hala, Adam, any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right, guys. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and Thursday, inshallah. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.